Hey guys, how's it going? Carterman here. In today's video, I am recording this Fiesta ST. I have driven this before when the owner purchased it, but I am going to drive it now that he has a tune, which you can probably see in the corner here. We got a nice cob display. So he has this as a stage 1 tune, and it's supposed to add a little bit of low end, as well as just make this more like a go-kart, which I have to say, even on the test drive, when we were up in Maine in the snow, this thing is a go-kart. This is a street legal, daily drivable go-kart. Well, as you can see from here, there's quite a bit of trunk space. You know, I got my camera gear here, a little bit more over here. I mean, overall, this would be great for, you know, your grocery getter, and then you have your back seats so you can actually put somebody in them and take them with you. So you probably can't see it too much from this shot here, but this paint is actually like an orange pearl, and in the sunlight, you'll see in these shots, it really shimmers. I'm not sure, I don't believe that he has Opticoat on this yet, but it just, I mean, it just looks so good, especially for the winter, right? Like right now we have snow, we have salt, and this thing looks amazing. Let's get it. Not sure if that came out on video, but I just slid second and I wasn't even putting all that into it. So let's just say that this is going to be a fun vehicle in the back roads. You know, so straight line speed, this car is, that's not its purpose, right? This is not a straight line car, but it's no slouch. I mean, it also wants to spin in second every time. But yeah, you can drive, I mean, you can drive this thing everywhere. You know, he drives it to work, he drives in the back roads, he took it on the track with me. Just, you know, I mean, what, you've driven it everywhere, right? Yeah. Like this is a car that you can drive everywhere, but when you're not sitting inside of a parking lot like right now, you can actually have some fun with it. Yeah, this car is definitely no slouch.
Not at all.
Damn. I was actually joking on the way up here to make this video. I was like, this is the car. This is the car that I'm gonna get a ticket in. I drive my GT4 all the time, but this is the car I'm gonna get a ticket. Because it's deceptive. This car just lets you drive it all sorts of different ways. You can drive it, you know, docile daily driver, or you can just whip it into a corner. Now, I don't know too much about these tuners. Can you modify things, or is it just to reload like whatever tune you had put on it?
No, slightly. You can change the RPMs of like your launch control, your flat foot shifting, so you can change the revs on that, but the tune itself, you have to connect it to a computer and do that all separately.
Now, can you have multiple tunes and kind of switch through depending on the octane of the gas you're running?
Yes, I do have multiple tunes. There's like a eco one where it saves. There's an immobilizer one if you want to store this thing so no one can actually drive it. Yeah, you can put a bunch of your own different tunes on it for sure.
So up until now, I've been doing all of my pulls in second gear because that just felt the most natural. But the owner actually just informed me that this car reduces boost in second gear. So here's third gear. Wow, yeah, there's a bit of a difference there. I didn't get to see what the dials were, but it is definitely reducing boost when you're in second gear. Which, I mean, I guess you would want that considering that you spin even with reduced. So if you had more boost, you would just spin more. So it has good braking, good handling. Like I said, it's planted. You put it into a corner and, you know, you don't feel it. It just goes. I mean, that's why I keep saying it's a go-kart. There's always a Prius to slow down your day. And a cyclist. Although, okay, we'll give credit to the cyclist. He's being healthier than I am. I mean, yeah, so, you know, besides a sports car, you know, obviously you sit lower in a sports car, but with this here, it just feels more comfortable. Like, I can see now when you took this on the track, why this was so planted, why you felt so secure throwing this into corners. It doesn't really have much body roll. And even going around like these corners, I mean, only doing 30, I was doing 40 back there. Just all around is just, it's a well-rounded car. Like, it's a really, really fun car to drive. So we're on winter tires, or actually no, we're on all seasons in a very cold day. So he actually has a summer setup that he'll run, obviously in the summer. You know, so I can't push it to its limit, nor would I even be able to drive this to its limit. But overall, I mean, you can tell that it's staying on the road and we're not off in the trees. And I'm going way faster than I should be for this road. Now, are these Recaro seats an option?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they're the biggest, most expensive option you can get. But they come with heated seats, because you don't normally get heated seats with the Recaro, so that's pretty cool. And then heated mirrors too.
Oh, that's awesome, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, so these seats would definitely be something you'd want to option on it. I feel more planted. They're very comfortable. You know, they are buckets, but they're more of a luxurious bucket. You know, and in the winter, my butt's warm, so that's just a bonus.
Can't believe how much torque this has sitting in this seat now. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you feel your car much different when someone else is driving it.
Yeah.
I learned that. I mean, that's crazy. I was going roughly 20 miles an hour over a speed bump. I took off from it. I'm in third gear. Like, what other car can you do that? This car has so much low-end torque.
Funny thing is, a 1.6 liter engine too.
So, I mean, it really works out best down low. Like I said, this is not going to be a top speed run car. It's going to be a backroads track-centric car. I mean, and obviously this isn't a track car. You know, it could be built different. It could have more stuff for track. But I've seen it on track, and it does a great job simply because of the way that it's built. And now here I am just on the back roads on a Sunday cruise, learning about this car, and I don't have to do anything different. It's not like I'm driving a track car on the street kind of thing. So I'm pretty sure the last one, the Bronco, didn't even slow down. And this next one, he's like, maybe my suspension's gonna break. But hey guys, if I don't get my Bronco allocation, I can just go buy one of those. Now, these are stock brakes?
Yes, the pads are changed to be a little more aggressive, but everything else, calipers, rotors, are stock.
Okay, I got a great amount of braking, no brake squeak. You know, I'm all too familiar with the brake squeak. And I mean, I'm actually even saying brake squeak, like even inside this cabin, it's very quiet. You know, having a normal conversation, it's not obnoxious. The exhaust isn't obnoxious. It doesn't backfire. It doesn't burble. You know, anybody that has a burble tune, I'm sorry for you. I don't know how else to say it. I just don't like them. I prefer natural sounds, and I prefer cars to not sound like popcorn machines.
Yeah, that's normal. Just stuff sliding around.
Man, this car be nimble. Sorry, people. Oh, this is a freaking go-kart. There's just no way else to put it. Like, I mean, you can see my hand motions on the wheel. I'm not doing anything. I'm just like little tiny flicks of the wrist, and this car stays super planted. I mean, 36 degrees, and I'm doing not 20 miles an hour. Oh, got a little roller coaster effect there. I found more traffic, but I also am coming up to the best part of this entire journey, which you guys are probably super familiar with. Any car I've ever driven, from rental to friends to owned, I always take my cars on this strip of road. And it was great because when I had a bike, I tried to take it on it. I almost dumped my bike and I lost the nerve to ever ride my bike on it again. And it's not even a particularly technical road. It's just, there's a few twisties in it that kind of bend down. Like the camber is just different. And I almost lost my bike in the woods. And if my wife's watching this, that never happened. Because I do want to buy another one at some point. All right, let's give this Infiniti some distance. Okay. Oh, dear. Huh.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. There's some...
You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. That's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna give this guy some distance because I just have a feeling that him and I are gonna drive this road a little bit different. And there's a couple cars behind me, so I can't give it too much distance. All right, let's throw her into, what am I in, third right now?
Yep.
Yeah, let's keep it in third. And let's go for it. Yep, so it was this turn right here that I was leaning, and then I had to come on this one, and it wasn't there. I am more confident driving this car than the GT4. I don't know how that's possible because I'm driving somebody else's car. I just feel more confident in this. Like, I know that the GT4 can do marvelous things, but when I go around corners like that, I don't know if it's because it's wider or lower or what, I just feel more cautious about it. With this here, you can just throw this into a corner and just have the time of your life. So I'm going to whip a U-turn here in a super legal way, and then we're going to go back down that road. There's a lot of motorcycles behind me. Perfect braking, no roll. I mean, feel this. This thing, I mean, how's it feel from the passenger seat? Because this thing is completely planted.
Yeah, this it's a go-kart.
You thought I just made that the title of the video to be funny. This is a freaking go-kart. This is a Ford Fiesta go-kart. Like, it doesn't matter how I drive this car. I spin in second gear, and then now I'm in third gear. I'll bring her down to a, we'll call it legal driving speed, right? And give some space, nobody behind me. You're like, okay, just gonna drive here, grandma style, this is amazing. All right, time to go. Like, you just, like, you just feel it build up. And I think that's why I love boosted cars over naturally aspirated, is yeah, you have the amazing sound of an NA car. But what you don't have is when I push this throttle to the floor, I don't immediately get slammed back in my seat. It like builds up the anticipation and then it hits. And you just don't get that with an NA car. I don't care what you drive. You just, I mean, unless you feather the throttle and do it manually, you cannot just punch the throttle and get response, but get different levels of response depending on where you are in the boost range. Like, it's just, it's so dynamic, and every time you drive it, you get something slightly different.
Fiesta.
Yeah, like I mean, so growing up, my dad always was a fan of sleeper cars, right? Like cars that you look at them and you write them off before you even drive them or experience them. And I feel like this is a sleeper car in the sense that, yeah, it's bright orange, but it, like, you look at it, you don't expect it to perform the way that it does. And just getting on it, you just see it immediately what this thing's capable of. Yeah, I could 100% daily drive this car, have a freaking blast, and know that My kids are protected because it's well built, and at the same time, on the weekends, I want to go for a little rip. I can have all the fun in the world. I mean, like, look at this. Like, it's like it's on rails. I feel like in a video like this, I have to find something that I don't like, right? Like, I have to be like, oh, this is the one thing I'd change. I can't find anything. I mean, you're gonna make me actually have to pick something because the comments will say it's not perfect. Okay, fine, the infotainment center is old, right? It's outdated, but doesn't every single car that doesn't have CarPlay look that way?
Actually, it does.
Okay, so it has CarPlay. Great, can't even complain about that. It's just, I mean, it's for the money, for the quality, for the build, for the fun. This is such a fun car. So unfortunately, this is not my car, so I actually have to return it, or in this case, drop my own butt off at my house. As always, appreciate you guys checking out these videos. I like to do things, you know, different than just my Porsche. I mean, I love driving that. I have tons of plans for it this summer, but I want to be filming other people's cars as well. And I want to do it different. I'm not trying to be Motor Trend. I'm just having fun with cars. I'm giving you my honest opinion. And it really comes down to, would I drive whatever car it is I'm driving at that time? And in the case of this car, I would drive this car. I would drive this car until I lost my license. So as always, appreciate you guys checking out these videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.